Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saturday night main event predictions and thoughts. And of course, we have only four matches for the Saturday night's main event on May 24th. We had four matches on the last Saturday night's main event. I think the first one may have had five, or it may have had a mid segment that happened, but four is the new normal for Saturday night main event. Also, it's kind of like a regular show. Got commercials, and it's only 2 hours long. And a few of these matches actually may run a little longer than what some people think they might. And I think we got a lot of stuff that's going to be building towards Money in the Bank in that aspect. But with that being said, of course, as always, welcome to the Kraken Wrestling, where we talk about WWE and AEW. Along with TNA, we give you our thoughts and predictions for all premium live events and pay-per-views. Of course, as always, hit that subscribe button, join the Kraken community. Let's hop right into this thing. We're going to talk about Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, who are going to be inside of a steel cage match this coming Saturday. Now, in this, you can't escape, but I don't think we're really going to see someone climb over the top and get out of the ring that way. This match is essentially probably going to set up either a third match between these two, or this will be the last one. Most of the time when it's a big feud like this, we've seen the match at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre won that one. At Backlash, Damian Priest down south of heavens through the table where Drew's head hit pretty hard, in my opinion. Damian won that. But this would be technically the second match. And I think we're going to have a way to either finish this feud and Drew come out looking extremely strong and ready to move on to a title. Maybe get the United States, go after Fatu, or we're going to see them have some way of making Damian Priest go over and him actually win this match and come out as the next step towards the feud. The ways they can do that is they can do a odd spot where we see one hell of a Claymore, but the Claymore ends up turning the cage and breaking one of the sides off, and they roll off, and Damian Priest's feet touch first. That's how he wins. Or Damian goes to open the door and turns around and gets one hell of a Claymore, and he falls out of the cage. Something odd would have to happen, in my opinion, to not put Drew over in this match. And now they could have him just win it cleanly, and Drew win that way, setting up the third one. I don't see that being the aspect. I really think we're going to get a third one. But yet again, on the opposite side, Drew McIntyre could Claymore, Glasgow kick, Future Shock DDT in this feud and push on, like I said, to go up against Jacob Fatu. That is a solid possibility that we could also get this coming Saturday. Either way, I think this feud has been one of the better feuds that we have seen as of recent in WWE. They have great in-ring work together, and there's true hatred there coming from the Drew McIntyre side of this. But I want the feud to be done. I think at WrestleMania we could have ended this thing, carried over the Backlash. Okay, here it's carried over to Saturday night. Let's end it. Let's head into Money in the Bank with a clean slate for both parties, and maybe this is where Drew McIntyre starts to build for his title shot against Jacob Fatu. Now, one other thing that I do want to mention is where is the women's matches for Saturday Night Main Event? We have 5 titles. We have both the world titles, we have Intercontinental, United States, and we have a tag team match. The tag team titles. Why are they not on this card? You could run back Becky versus Lyra and have Bayley come back. You could most definitely throw a tag team match together. You could easily have that done. A number 1 contenders match for Liv and Raquel. We could have Zelina Vega rematch against Chelsea Green. There's plenty of questions on what we could do here. I just think that is something that should have been incorporated because we have plenty of women on the roster. And as a wrestling fan, we truly enjoy companies that have a good ability to show the women's talent on their product as well. NXT is a huge example of knowing they have great talent and using it in every aspect they possibly can. But with that being said, hopefully they throw something together this coming Friday on SmackDown and give us a women's eliminator gauntlet match for the tag team titles. It's possible they could, but of course, as of recording Thursday morning, it is not there. So that's my thoughts and opinions on it. CM Punk and Sami Zayn going up against the new Heyman guys, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. This match, you cannot have Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker lose. That's all there is to it. You cannot have this new faction that's going to be running WWE, going to be running Monday Night Raw into the future, and have them lose at their first real big PLE. Or somewhat of a PLE for them. What I think they're going to do is, if Sammy is not the third person, I think he takes the pin. And that's going to build a CM Punk hatred towards Sammy for dropping the ball. And that could possibly push them two into a match at June in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions. Or we could get another Shield moment. They've kind of been teasing it, in my opinion, with Sammy talking to Jey. Then him coming out to the ring to congratulate him. And then this past Monday, they did the whole setup where they all three attacked him. They were standing there in the ring. Sammy had the chair. Seth and Braun were on the outside looking in, kind of like what Evolution did to the Shield right before that happened. And Sammy had the chair. He was ready to swing on them, of course, on the outside. But it kind of foreshadowed what we could possibly see. So there is that possibility. But if he doesn't turn, if Sammy doesn't turn, he's not the third. He doesn't take up Heyman and Seth on that crazy deal to go to SmackDown to get a title shot. Maybe he goes after Jey at Money in the Bank or in Saudi Arabia. One of the two. Or maybe they throw him into the Money in the Bank. He wins and cashes in on Jey. Hell, that would be wild. There's just so many aspects you could do with Sammy. But I think him taking the pin and then being the third person is your most likely aspect. And I think Bron Breakker delivers that pin this Saturday. Let's talk about what will be the co-main event, because it's not for the Undisputed title. Let's talk about the 17-time, the GOAT of professional wrestling, your Undisputed Champion, John Cena, going up against R-Truth in what will be a nuclear heat level building match for John Cena. And what I mean by that is he is going to absolutely destroy Truth towards the end of this match. I think that's going to be the best thing to happen. I know I've talked about it before, that John Cena needs that final push to get to the actual heel level, the nuclear side that we seen Dirty Dom have when he was getting constantly booed on the mic. No cheers were coming in. Everybody absolutely hated to see him on the mic. That's how you do this. You have R-Truth go out there and give the damn match of his career against John Cena, his childhood hero. And then his childhood hero leave him laying there in a puddle of his own self. I mean, just absolutely destroy him like we seen him do to Cody Rhodes leading into WrestleMania. And it can easily happen that way. And then we're going to start to see John Cena reflect on everything like we did at Backlash, and him slowly start to hate the person he's become. But this will give him the nuclear level heel heat that I think that the segment needs to solidify, and then have us work him back towards being a face as he exits. Now, would I like to see R-Truth absolutely pummel John Cena and, do what he said? If I have to beat this version of John Cena out of him to get the old John back, I will. Yes. Would I like to see R-Truth have that moment? Absolutely. But unfortunately, we both know that that's not going to be the case. So they're going to give us the aspect of John Cena walking out very, very dominant in this match. What's up, Kraken Wrestling fans? Do you want to take your support to the next level and be a part of something legendary here at the Kraken Wrestling? Well, you can join the Kraken Wrestling membership program here on YouTube. We've got 2 exclusive tiers for y'all. First up, you got the honorary Oos. In this tier, you'll get a step inside the ropes with early access to videos, community polls, loyalty badges, and more. It's a very perfect way for you to show you roll deep with the Kraken Wrestling. But if you're ready and you want to become a legend and get full legend status, we do have the Hall of Famer tier, and that is truly where the elite live. You'll get everything that, of course, comes with the Oos tier, plus exclusive behind the scenes content. You'll get shout outs. You'll get VIP recognition as one of the Kraken's top supporters. No matter which one of these tiers you do choose, you're helping us grow, evolve, and unleash even more epic wrestling content here on YouTube. So hit that join button and become part of the Kraken Wrestling family today. Now let's also talk about your main event. What's going to be the first title defense for the WWE World title since I do believe Bash in Berlin, with Gunther versus Randy, which is odd, even though WrestleMania had it, but this wasn't the main event. So that's the last time we've seen this title as a main event spot. We're going to have Jey Uso going up against Logan Paul. This is going to be a great match for Logan Paul. I'm just going to be honest. Logan Paul, every time he's in the ring, he shows out. He shows why he has put in truly the work to be in the ring. He has done it every time he's been in there. You can hate me all you want, but it's true. Logan Paul continues to improve and show why he is truly dedicated to being a professional wrestler. But on the other side of this, I don't think Logan Paul can beat Gunther. I don't think Logan Paul can beat Jey. But I do think Logan Paul is going to give Jey one hell of a run. I think this match is going to be very competitive. It's going to be very back and forth. We're going to have great moments from both competitors. We're going to see Jey's wrestling ability be pushed to the limits because we know Logan Paul does absolutely everything to be out there and hit those crazy moments. We've seen it in the past. But I don't think he beats Jey Uso. Jey Uso walks in June 9th as your World Heavyweight Champion to go up against Gunther. And however that one plays out, we may see a cash in, and that may be where Jey loses the title. But I think it's Saturday night main event. It is safe to say that Jey Uso wins this match against Logan Paul. But of course, down below, let us know who you have winning and why. And of course, make sure when you do hit that subscribe button, you got all the notifications turned on so you can become part of the Kraken Wrestling community for all wrestling productions and every premium live event and pay-per-view. You don't want to watch wrestling alone. And until next time, Kraken community, we will see you for Friday Night SmackDown.